NBA draft hot takes, our second NBA draft segment today. I have asked you to bring 3 hot takes. I also have 3 hot takes. We're gonna alternate on this. What's your first NBA draft hot take?
That Terrence Shannon Jr. is a better pro than Dalton Connect.
Ooh.
Here's where I'm coming from on this one. There's a world where you might not even be able to play Dalton Connect because he legit cannot guard anybody. He is that bad defensively. His feet are that slow defensively. Now he's a bucket and a bona fide bucket getter in every respect, right? But I think there's a world where TSJ can affect the game offensively, maybe not as impactful as Dalton Connect, but when you look at the game as a whole in every aspect, I think TSJ might be is I think TSJ is gonna be a better pro than Dalton Connect.
I don't hate that at all. I think Shannon may be starting in a couple of years, and Connect needs to be like an offensive stud. Shannon doesn't necessarily need to be anything because he's so versatile on both ends that it could work. Um, okay, I don't hate that. I don't think that was the hottest though. That felt warm.
It gets hotter.
Okay. That felt like a 71-degree day when you thought it was going to be like in the 60s, and you step outside, you're like, oh, it's a tad of a scorcher out here. I might want to take a layer off, but like you're still going outside.
It'll get hotter.
Okay. All right. All right. My first hot take is that I think Reed Shepard will never start a game in the NBA.
But that is pretty hot.
It's hot. Uh,
That's uh,
I look, he might just get drafted to a bad team that like plays him no matter what. If he gets drafted to like Houston, he's not starting for Houston's backcourt right away. Like there's no way. And I think there's a world where he gets buried here and very quickly forgotten. Let's not forget, this kid like did not come to Kentucky with anyone thinking he was a one and done. He had an historically special shooting year. But like what do we always say about shooting years, Cart? When there's crazy shooting outliers in one season, usually that's just a weird season. Like he's not going to shoot 55% forever. So if that doesn't happen, then you're talking about a 6'1" Caucasian guard that isn't a point guard that needs the ball in his hands. And I just, as smart and all the intangible stuff he has between the ears, I don't think it's going to work in the NBA.
ooh, that's scorching. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I not ever starting a game is pretty crazy. But if you're gonna lead with that, I feel like I gotta come with one of my more
He's
scorching ones.
also 6'3", not 6'1". That's on me. But in my head, he's 5'9", so I was being generous.
Okay. I'm gonna go with this one. I think Yves Misi will end up being a better pro than Donovan Clingan.
Oh, that's hot. That's
If
hot. I,
if
I
if a,
don't even think
if
you
a
believe that.
I do though. If you are a team that's gonna take Donovan Clingan number one, is it not worth it to just like maybe even trade down and just get Yves Misi at like 25?
I would rather have Klingon at 1, personally.
I'm saying Yves Misi, I think is just scratching the surface. I think he has the size. He has. I think this. Honestly, I think the skill is there if it's developed correctly. But you got to think like put Yves Misi in Donovan Clingan's role last year as a fresh or 2 years ago as a freshman on that Connecticut team. I think Yves Misi has that same type of effect off the bench behind Sinogo, and people are talking about Yves Misi like they were talking about Donovan Clingan.
Maybe. Maybe. I believe in Yves Misi. I just think Klingon is, like, legit, too. There's a reason I think he's viewed as the higher caliber prospect, and also, like, we're kinda swiping this aside. Everybody's giving Caravan all the credit for this. Klingon's the only guy who went 2 and done with 2 championships here. Nobody else did that on UConn. Like, Tristan Newton lost a bunch of seasons before he got to UConn. So did Cam Spencer. Jordan Hawkins had 1 year there. Like, this was the Klingon era that they went 2 for 2. And everyone's giving Caravan the credit because he returned. I think maybe Klingon was the most special part of this when we look back on this in the future. But
It's a
I
no go.
respect it.
It's a no go merchant.
I don't know about that. That didn't happen this year. I have one Klingon related hot take. Although you might not say this is that hot anymore, but I believe that in 5 years or 10 years, when the 2024 draft class is looked back upon, The same way everybody called college basketball the year of the big a couple years ago, it's going to be remembered as the big draft class. And what I mean by that is nobody will actually be any good. Like nobody will be a starter level guy, even like nobody, except Klingon, Edie, Khalil Ware, and Sar will all be like all-star level bigs.
I'm not mad. Is that scorching?
I don't know. I think maybe the concept of those four being awesome, but I'm talking like you can go down names like Shepard, Castle, Buzelis, Dillingham, Connect, Cody Wood. Like, I don't believe any of those dudes end up anything important at all 5 years from now, but all the centers are like legitimately good.
I mean, that would make me happy, kind of.
That would make me happy too.
It made me a little bit happy on the inside. All right, last one here. The thing is, like, once you got me going on this, I just kind of just started firing off like hot takes. I got like a list of 10 here. But I think I want to go with the hottest one out of here. I did hint at this in the last one, but I think that I think Nikola Topic is going to be the first all-star out of this draft class. He will be the first one to make an all-star game out of this draft class.
I think Johnny Furphy's way better than Topic.
No, Greg.
The Topic one's good. It's a good hot take. My final hot take is that Tristan Newton will end up a multi-time NBA champion.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be honest with you.
Like Drew Holiday career arc for Tristan Newton.
With multiple teams.
Yeah, like he hops around, he gets traded. He's like a hired hand to be the fifth option perimeter defender starting point guard for a bunch of championship level teams.
Better Patrick Beverly without the podcast.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Fun hot takes. We have a week more of NBA draft stuff to do. Maybe some surprises in store. Also, 75 scouting reports and 75 player counts for every player in the big board of the NBA draft. We worked really hard on it. It's all on the channel. Go check it out.